You know the saying, people are what they do, not what they say. Well, I take it a little further and not only look out for what they do, but what they reflexively do. Your reflex never lies. It speaks more honestly about your priorities than your words ever will. You see, reflexes are forged in the small, repetitive habits we practice every day. They are an X-ray of our character. They show what we truly value when there's no time to edit our response. Law enforcement agents watch out for this during interrogation. Interviewers also, be it at work or at the embassy. Seasoned investors watch out for your reflexes as well when you come pitching your ideas or products. Your reflexes are not just an accident of biology. They are a reflection of your mental, emotional, and spiritual positioning. Here are 3 questions you can ponder on as you investigate the state of your reflex action. 1. Whenever you are caught off guard, is your reflex kindness, anger, fear, or indifference? 2. How do your reflexes align with the person you aspire to be? 3. What habits can you practice today that can reshape the nature of your reflexes over time? Because you can actually change them over time. In fact, if you are working to change your reflexes, it will show. It is a canvas that you can paint on with deliberate practice. In the moments you don't have time to think, your character steps forward uninvited to speak for you. Your first reaction is habit. Your second reaction is choice. Your transformation lies in the space between those two. The other day, I had a conversation with a very interesting guy. He moved and spoke with so much conviction about himself. He told me point blank that he was a world-renowned chef. I personally didn't see anything world-renowned about him from an external perspective. Hard worker, yes. Tasty meals, yes. But world-renowned? So after a while, I dug a bit into his claim. My assumption was that he was manifesting and speaking into his future. He looked at me and with a smile on his face, he said, "You are the one who needs evidence. I don't. What I know I will be in a few years, I already am now. I don't need evidence to convince myself of my reality. You who needs convincing will eventually catch up to what's been real to me for the longest." Yeah. I then asked him, what if all of this doesn't happen? Then he replied, happen for who? Happen for me to believe or happen for you to see? Because for me, it's already happened. Now, whether you eventually get to see it or not is irrelevant to me. Everything happens twice. First in the mind and then externally. This dream of mine has been perfected in my mind, and nothing external can affect the reality of what I've perfected within. For millennia, this has held true for visionaries. They live in a space where their future self is more real to them than their current reality. You would call the chef delusional. But if you meet a seed and he tells you, "I am a tree," it doesn't sound so crazy now, does it? It is the same with my chef friend as it is with the seed. Their belief is rooted in the inevitability of their transformation. I've always maintained that the most important weapon we need as humans is our sense of wonder. I believe so because that's the foundational emotion we were born with. Not sadness, not happiness, wonder. Forget a baby crying when born. That's just a natural reflex and physiological response indicating the viability of their lungs. It has absolutely nothing to do with their emotions. But check when a baby or a toddler is stable. Look into their eyes. Their eyes are asking so many questions. They look and examine everything and everyone with unencumbered curiosity. But what you'll start to find out as we grow older is that that sense of wonder begins to disappear gradually from our eyes, replaced by something else, the illusion of knowledge. Have you noticed that those babies, the moment they can formulate words, they bombard you with questions? It's almost like they've been waiting to be able to speak. They'll relentlessly ask you why. But as adults, we stop questioning. We just assume we already know the answer. You see, our sense of wonder is not lost. It is only buried under the weight of responsibilities, fear of failure, monotony, burnout, and disconnection from purpose. It's a lot to unpack, and I'll be doing that in my mentorship class. But going into the new year, here's a good place to start. Let's go back to asking questions about everything. Don't assume that you know. Ask sincerely. When last did you notice and examine something beautiful in your immediate environment? When last did you do something purely for the joy of it? You see, life doesn't lose its magic. We just stop looking for it.